Explain pa naman ang exam na.
Okay, good afternoon and welcome to your class in ATC 129 Post-Harvest Technology. So, John and Mark.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, please take note, I just have posted your midterm exam. So, you can start answering your question now. It has
Ma'am, wala lagi siya ikaw lang.
Ha?
Di lagi siya by number, ma'am. Malibog mo kumbaga.
Usap iyahang number ba? Numbering.
Mao gani, ma'am. Malibog ko.
Arrange na lang siya nga 1, 2, 3, 4. Pero like last time, ay ahak. Wala lagi number.
Na siya, ma'am mo.
Lagi, pero makasabot man kaya mo, mag-upload na lang kung ka lang naka-PDF.
Libog kay, ma'am.
Mag-upload na lang naka-PDF. So, we have the coverage of it's 100 item, multiple choice. So, sisiw lang na siya sa inyo. And it's under all Unit 2, the coverage. So, right now, we're going to talk about, last time we discussed on ripening and color adding. And now we are under Unit 3, which is storage and transport. So if you have questions, you can we can have it along the way while we are discussing or at the end of the presentation. So I will probably start now. So now are the different last time we talked about the different packing house operation, and for this chapter we're going to talk about storage and transport in the packing house and to the customer or consumer. So let's first define or identify a packing house. No, it could be temporary, a permanent building, or anything. No, just a tent perhaps, or a temporary one. So it just means that it is a designated facility where fresh produce is pulled and prepared in such manner as to meet the requirements of the target market. So parang balay-balay lang sana siya kung sa tuwa pa. There are, however, types of packing house. We have the packing stations, like for packing lang siya, as shown on the different photos. And we also have packing house na vehicles, like the storage vans. And we also have conventional packing houses, like they are conventional like the, have you visited to any packing house? Like very common ang banana naman, no? Itong banana packaging sa Tadeco or sa Dole. Have you seen that, John and Mark?
Wala pa, ma'am.
Wala pa. But in the last video that I posted.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hopefully you have seen the videos.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And specialized packing houses, meaning they are so they're not only conventional, but they are specialized talaga, like the ones that you have seen in Netherlands for the different ornamentals, like tulips and roses and a lot more. And there are also mobile packing facilities, like it's just like also a van, no, na para gina-transport lang siya. If you have seen one, like kanang sige tawag kanang balay nga van. Yung na siya tawag term, di ba?
Sa kanang balay nga van, ma'am.
Basta van na siya. Something like that, no? So it's also similar. And what are the functions or benefits? Now, why do you have to have a packing facility besides the huge or the vast hectares of land. So it's first and foremost, it's for accumulation or collection point. So dito mo na siya ipundo lahat ng na-harvest mo. And temporary holding area prior to distribution. Dispatch point of produce to different destinations, increase productivity of workers. So parang so that they will know, di lang basta-basta lang siya no na ay nadito nga po na banda sa ano nakabutang mga hinarvest. It should be in one point direction. And it will somehow extended sa shelf life of a commodity through storage conditions, like especially the cold storage and so on. And enhance quality of the produce as well. Kasi kung naka-cold storage siya and naka-vacuum pack pag yun or naka-modify yung atmosphere, the more the better. So the need for a packing facility actually is targeted towards the growers, the farmers cooperatives, even the traders and exporters. So traders we even have sometimes middlemen, no? From the farmer, then the middleman is actually collecting those, and that will go to the trader or the one that's selling the commodity. And if it's out in the country na, it's for the exporter. And if ever it's for packing for processed products, then to the processors. Okay, so we have now Brian and James. We're talking about the packing house and the functions of the packing house. So now we have here the requirements of the packing facility. So una-una, adequate protection from the sun and rain. It's actually the main function, no? Balay-balay, kung inato lang, dapat na siya balay-balay para as a shade. And also proper flooring and good ventilation, functionality, so magamit. So most sa mga packing facilities are just simple, open lang siya inside, and produce quality and volume. So pwede siya dinagko o dinaghan. And worker safety and comfort, of course, it should be well ventilated, no? And meron din siyang resting place for worker. And complexity of operation. So it should be flexible enough na daghan kayo o pwedeng isulod, masulod, and pwede na mga machines. And location should be as close as possible in the easy access to market. No? Naalang po siya within the city, if possible. So this is just a typical part of a storeroom. Mura lang yun na siya kwarto that makes sure may air inflow in the window. Of course, my roof. And that's why makita mo ganing a ventilation shop, no? Usually sa mga bodega pa na ang tawag na to. And it's proper ceiling and insulated wall para maprotectionan siya from very cold or very hot condition. And even mga grounded level na flooring na dili siya mabahaan. So, if you are going to design a packing house, unang-una you have to gather necessary information of the area for production, weather, and available resources. Then you identify packing house operation, which we already knew from the last chapter we talked about. So, unang-una meron tayong collection, harvesting, and then transport, and also cleaning, no, yung mga ganon, etc. Determine floor area requirement, no, the receiving, sorting, working equipment, storage office, projects, and workflow. Determine the layout of the equipment if you are to buy equipment, and construction of the facility as well as components of the facility, which can be, I have here an example. No, this is the entrance here, wherein you can do loading. No, so even kasali na dito yung loading and shipping ng trucks, no, as a huge truck. So that should be an ideal packing house. So andyan na yung mga sorting, weighing, packing, labeling, nakalagay sa pallet, and then labeling, mga cartons, and meron ding color conditioner, storage here, and ready for shipping for exit. So example lang yan. So there are a lot of designs anyway. So these are just example to give you a packing hub operation ng banana for export to Japan. Iba-iba kasi yung commodity standards for that, starting from harvest, quality inspection with maturity check with caliper, deflowering, dehanding, sorting, trimming of cow, washing, delatixing, sorting, weighing, hanggang sa fungicide application, labeling of fingers, and packing. So you have seen all of those on the video presented last time. So hopefully you try to check on the videos that I have posted. And for mango naman, hindi masyadong madami kagaya ng banana. We have here harvesting, grading. You have to grade in order to take out the reject fruits, no? And then magsa-sizing, washing, hot water treatment, which is also very important in mango and not in banana. Cooling and drying, labeling, and packing. For cut process naman, may specific din siyang harvesting, trimming, decorning, bunching, pulsing, yung sugar solution, which is optional, but then it will make your commodity, especially for export siya, no? It will make the shelf life longer. And sleeving, yung ano na siya, no? Kakaver, and then bunching and packing, and refrigerated storage also. So I've given you a video on this for ornamentals, and that was taken in Netherlands. So hopefully you have watched those videos. Now, what are the different equipment needed? So meron tayong iba-iba, no? Meron tayong sorter, kagaya nung nakita niyo doon sa video sa potatoes, no? I hope you still remember. And we also have sizers, like also in potato, and washer, and dipping tanks, waxers, blowers, and yung mga nakikita niyo yung nag-transport ng mga product are the conveyors. And yung palay, yung mga box na ano. So these are example of sorter. Dito lalabas yung mga different sizes. Yan, these are example. And this is a citrosizer. This is a onion sizer and apple sizer. So those are conveyors now for carrots, for tomato, and for, I guess these are onions. So washer ng banana, you have seen this in the video. And packing house equipment. More, we have carts and forklifts, weighing scale, of course, packing tables, racks for air drying and drip drying or curing, containers, and other lot more miscellaneous equipment. Like, by the way, equipment has no S ha kasi ano na yan, plural form na yan. So please check. Then plastic struts, improvised packing aids, impulse sealers, sticker applicators. So it's funny kasi yung ginagamit ko dati when I was just working fully in the food processing, food technology in Samoa, yung mga sealer na ginagamit namin besides doon sa yung airtight packing. So yung ginagamit gani sa mag-seal kayo sa sa groceries. Have you seen that one? Kanang i-ana lang gani siya, and then may plastic. So mo lang na siyang ginagamit, no, mga sealer. Or you can also make use of blower, no? Para i-vacuum out nimo ang baliktad sa blower, i-vacuum out nimo ang sulod sa cellophane para maano siya. Airtight na siya container. I don't know actually if you understand what I'm talking about, but if we still have time, I can show you some videos. No? So these are examples of ballet, no, and cartons inside. So ito yung mga pagsisleeve, no, and even mechanical mga robotics na this one is actually form of robotics na naka-conveyor. So inside the packing house and also along transport, this is very important in storage, is pre-cooling. Sometimes this is applied for some commodities, although not all. So this is for the rapid cooling of commodity to the desired temperature soon after harvest, before storage or transport. So how do you do this? Bring down the temperature of a commodity to the optimum level as rapidly as possible without inducing physiological disorder or damage. Like for sweet corn, it must be frozen for 2 hours. So that's pre-cooling, or not really frozen. So pre-cooling lang, no? So I know that's very risky, just like the hot water treatment in mango, pero it really did as part of a technology in post-harvest. So the benefits are excellent quality of produce is maximized because it can extend shelf life if it is for storage or for transport, for export, and minimize refrigeration load. No? Pag bugnaw na siya daan, then i-cool storage nimo siya, it doesn't need a lot of cold na para i-absorb niya ang coolness. No? It allows ripe fruit to be transported or stored. It's the same principle when you want to make an ice cream. Have you done an ice cream before? Kabuhat na mong inyong sa house. Homemade pala. Homemade ice cream. So, ipugnan niyo mo daan ang mga ingredients like the milk, the creamer, sugar, para inigmix mo, bugnaw na siya, no? And gamay na lang ang time na if frozen siya. But the drawbacks are, and it also allows to ripe fruit to be transported, no? If it is pre-cooled already. But the drawbacks are high capacity systems required. Siyempre, kailangan mo ng cooler, high cost of capital equipment, maintenance and operation, and small farmers cannot also afford. So there are, however, pre-cooling methods. No? Meron tayong tinatawag na room cooling or placing stocks of produce in a refrigerated space, like for cut flowers, potatoes, sweet potatoes, citrus, and onion. But the advantage is lower capital and running costs. But slow cooling rates, variable temperature, distribution, limited to commodities with lower respiration rates. So kung gagamit ka lang ng air-conditioned room. And the following requirements are like even though kino-compute niyo yung total airflow, containers should have vents that allow airflow properly, and also stocking of containers should be exposed lahat sa cold air and allow air movement. wrappings, liners, or dividers in the container para lahat talaga well-distributed cold. So aside from the room cooling, we also have forced air cooling. So this uses forced cool air to move through the containers by inducing pressure difference between opposite sides of stack of ventilated containers. And this is used for commodities with high metabolic rates like cut flowers, edible herbs, okra, pepper, beans, cauliflower, mushroom, cabbage, and strawberry. So the advantage is mas 4 to 10 times faster than room cooling, and it can be applied in a lot of foods, and existing cold storage room can be converted even to forced air cooling. But the disadvantage is greater ang horsepower na kailangan, of course, refrigerating capacity, and needs special stacking pattern or skilled operators. So it must have sufficient vent areas without weakening package, about 5 to 6% vent in the end wall side, and avoid also bags, liners, trays, dividers, and block vents. So with an airflow of following. So aside from air force cooling, we also have hydro cooling, or contact with cold water by immersion or shower system for asparagus, leafy vegetables with corn, snap beans, celery, top, carrot, radish, longan, and lychee. So it's just simple to perform and very effective, even 2 to 3 times faster than forced air cooling, and reduces or reverses moisture loss. So imagine hydro cooling is even more effective than 3 times effective than forced air, which is 10 times effective than room cooling. So, but the advantage is accumulation ng decay, causing organisms in the cooling water, and water should be resistant in container and it needs water resistant container and high refrigeration requirement at saka low energy efficiency. So it needs also tolerable wetting, resistant to water beating, and drop height not exceeding 20 centimeter, with water resistant container with drain holes, and using chlorinated water about 200 ppm. So another one is also hydro air cooling. So hydro cooling, and this one with a combination of hydro, water air cooling, combination of forced air cooling and hydro cooling. So advantages of both, of course, and their drawbacks. Those compatible ng hydro cooling may also be cooled by hydro air cooling, and it needs ventilated container and water resistant equipment. So aside from those combination, we also have vacuum cooling. So mas high-tech na naman, based on the principle that under vacuum or conditions of reduced pressure, water evaporates at a lower temperature. So kung vacuumize ang water, bugnaw yun siya, no? And this is used for celery, parsley, lettuce, leafy vegetables, broccoli, cabbage, bell peppers, sweet corn, and so on. And advantage is quick, and uniform cooling is very efficient than the rest. But the advantage is it's very expensive and only applicable for high surface area to volume ratio with loose water readily from tissues, so weight loss may occur. So it needs an airtight chamber that can withstand vacuum and capable of reducing pressure up to 4.6 mmHg, and cooling coils to condense evaporated water inside the chamber with high surface area to volume ratio. And then we also have the most commonly used by our small scale farmers, the upper icing, no? So it's based on the principle of heat absorption during phase of a change ng substance. So heat is taken from the commodity, therefore producing the cooling effect. So you package them with ice, dasher liquid ice, tap icing. Exact like the for broccoli, green onion, sweet corn, strawberry, baby corn should not be with direct contact with ice. Kasi mas madali silang masira. So the advantage is manual for small volumes, and direct contact would produce result in rapid cooling, and surplus ice eliminates the need for refrigeration during transport over distance and no moisture loss. However, special equipment is also needed if it's for large operation. So some more disadvantage of icing is packaging material must be water resistant, of course, and the commodity must be tolerant of wetting and freezing, and ice must be always replaced if it's long distance. And you know that ice occupy space a lot, so you need big containers. So the requirement commodity must be tolerant, of course, of wetting and near freezing temperature, and must be clean, sanitary, containers, and water resistant. But there are also low-cost alternatives to conventional pre-cooler, which includes the following. We have room cooling using a truck body from old refrigerated trucks. So yung mga refrigerated trucks or vans can be used kasi hindi na sila pwedeng magamit. So you can recycle those, or yung pallet cooling system is a residential type air conditioning unit. So yun ang tawag doon. So if you notice yung mga even there are vans na ginagawang, not vans. So ito, ginagamit nga balay. Nakita na mo na?
Yes, ma'am.
Container van na ginagamit na balay, no? And portable forced air cooler, mobile unit configured to tunnel cooling. So kaiba din yan. So we also have refrigeration, no? As a method of removing heat from an enclosed area and releasing heat outside. So lahat ng videos na nakita ninyo doon sa mango, sa banana, so kasali na doon yung other vegetables, kasali na doon yung refrigeration if you notice on the video. And most effective method din siya in prolonging shelf life. If you notice, lahat naman siguro tayo no merong refrigerator. Ilan ang refrigerator mo, Jason? Sa bahay? Jason? How about Brad?
Isa lang, ma'am.
How about Brad? Pilain yung ref?
Isa lang, ma'am.
Palang good ka, no? Okay, mahal kaayo ang kuryente. So, the most effective method of prolonging shelf life and maintaining the quality of commodities. So, the principle behind this is through conduction, convection, and radiation. Vapor, even radiation, and vapor compression cycle. And you know naman, if you studied refrigeration before, merong evaporator, compressor, condenser, expansion valve ang refrigerant, or kinatawag na tong frigidaire. Sa Bisaya, frigidaire. Actually, ano lang na, shortcut lang naman sa mga ninuno. But the right name of is refrigerator. Say tawag ninyo sa ref ninyo.
Refrigerator, ma'am.
So, siya. Frigidaire. Dili tayo frigidaire.
Ma'am?
Sa new generation, sa dati siguro na, sa mga generation na kung tigulang-tigulang na, oh no. So, we still have 10 minutes. So, ang objective ng refrigeration is also to slow down biological activity ng commodity, yung mga chemical and physiological process, keeping at the optimum temperature. As you have no, di ba, pag high ang temperature, the more ang metabolic activities. Pag naka-low ang temperature, parang na-frozen din temperature, inducing physiological disorders and without inducing. So it also controls disease by maintaining low temperature continuously and prevents occurrence ng surface moisture, which is will affect microorganisms pag basa. Minimize weight loss of the commodity by keeping humidity levels high during holding period. So those are the objectives. So therefore, the benefits, it will allow the farmers to wait for a better price ng kanilang produce. So pwede sa store ninyo, no? Kadi pa ninyo mabaligya. And even out the supply of a commodity during the year. And increases the volume, scales, and income by reducing waste or spoilage. Dili madaot. So, these are the different facilities and equipment, no, for the storage and transport. We have pre-coolers, room cooling, forced air cooling, pressure cooling, hydro cooling, and vacuum cooling, package icing. We also have refrigerated trucks or vans and cold storage and refrigerated displays. Actually, pareho lang sila lahat, no? But you know, engineering, by design, they are so-called indifferent based on their design, manufacturing, and uses also. So if you're going to do refrigerated handling of your commodities, so there are basic requirements. This includes sufficient refrigeration capacity, sufficient and continuous air circulation, proper adequate insulation. So ganing mga silver, kita naman mong insulator, no? Kita na mo?
Yes, ma'am.
Kanang katong silver gani nga na foam. Nasa naman ko diri sa aircon. So mo na example, but maklaro ba ninyo? Ano? Maklaro ninyo?
Hello, ma'am.
So ang air,
Yes, ma'am.
nasa
Yes, ma'am.
anong naka-cover? Ano siya? Money insulator. So, daghan man na siya sa sa kilid-kilid. So, light-colored walls. Why light-colored walls? Because it has various effects on lights and also for organisms. No, and if it's light-colored, it will light din ang cooler din siya. If like ayahay kay pag magka-white imuhang salina, di ba? It's also because it just reflect the heat. Pag naka-black ka, it will absorb the heat. So shape of the facility. Square is better than rectangle. No? Kasi sa rectangle, mas daghay masulod nga different sizes of square. Of course, regardless of the whole size, no? Then the rectangle. Then barriers to heat air infiltration. So these are the basic requirements. So how do you manage practices of refrigerated transport and storage? So we have here, sanitation, kailangan malinis talaga. No? Temperature for pre-cooling, avoid excessive loading then, and storage at recommended temperature, avoid pre-warming, like thawing sa ating mga commodities, like for, especially for meat, no, you freeze that and then ipabugna na po. Temperature monitoring and humidity control. So these are recommended storage and temperature and relative humidities of the different cracks. So kailangan, and their storage life. For mango, so abot nga siya ng almost months, no? If it's given this 13 degrees Celsius with relative humidity of 85%. to 9. So, ang grace, sa tagal din yan hanggang 2 months. Yung banana, 1 month lang talaga. And some more we have here for vegetables like asparagus to tomato. So, days lang. For potato, hanggang 5 months. If it's under 4 degrees Celsius, 95 RH. Yan. So, yun yung mga recommended storage temperature and relative humidities. Even orchids, roses, chrysanthemum, anthurium, aabot yan sila ng mga 1 month. But for orchids, 5 days. Eggplants, 1 week lang pod, and 2 weeks lang ang cucumber. Pero, like for sweet corn, 0 degrees Celsius, 8 days. So, ang iba, these are under room refrigerated storage talaga. Kasi yung aircon natin nasa 16 up, no? So, in continuation to management practices, kailangan proper stocking, product compatibility, like kailangan yung unlike for specialized, for banana lang lahat, pero there are also like complex siya, general na siya. So kailangan lahat ng product ay pwedeng ihalo. Temperature, relative humidity, as per atmospheric composition, odor, especially odor. Alangan namang isagol nimo ang durian sa aircon, and absorption. And of course, you should always have generator, no? Kaya kung mag-brown out, patay. So these are commodities that produce or absorb odors. For onion, potato, they can affect apple, citrus, pear. For pepper naman sa avocado and pineapple. And so on. So yun yung mga dapat tingnan ninyo. If, like for grapes, no, hindi siya pwedeng isali sa other fruits and vegetables. And even ginger root, no, sa eggplant, hindi sila pwedeng magkasama. So, causes ng loss during storage can be due to microbial attack, of course, and excessive moisture loss, weight loss due to respiration, and development of physiological disorders like greening of potato. Yung pag may green yan, be careful, may solanine sila. And ammonia injury from brown to greenish black discoloration, and chilling injury, low storage temperature, which reduces respiration rates and moisture loss. So we have less than a minute now, so maybe I will just continue the discussion next meeting on transport. No? So, gawin na lang. Exploration of injury can be done variable we also have isobaric storage and waxing and chemical void or remedy. Moisture condition potato tubers below 10 degrees Celsius and 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. And to the hot tower. After storage for 24 hours, preservative like in 20 degrees Celsius after recovery. Other non-conventional